the dollar, 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 that's what I need. Well, I need the dollar.
Hey folks, welcome back. I am Jon Najarian, and this is 3 at 3. 3 at 3 every business day. I break down for you unusual moves in the markets, and I point out where that unusual activity is, right down to the strike price. So with that said, let's get to it. 3 at 3 for October 15th, 2020. The disclaimer is that this is educational and informational only. Full stop. Also, we have registered marks, trademarks, copyrights, as well as patents on the material you're about to see. So please ask us before you use it. Thank you. Twinkie, that's kind of what the symbol is, and that's kind of what they do. And by the way, it's called Hostess, though. Hostess, bullish call buying. They bought some 5,300. That's 530,000 share equivalent, folks. 500,000 shares. Yeah, that's enough to get my interest up. 500,000 shares, D's 15s, stocks trading 13.25. I like all of that. Now, you already know what I'm going to say if you've been watching for a while, and that is that I like buying something much closer to the money. I don't like buying way out of the money calls. Now, that's not saying that they won't work or don't work. It's just saying that that's what I like to do, is I like to be in call options that make, to me, more sense, being in a better strike price, for instance, than something that's $1.75 out of the money, which these would be. And that's a much bigger jump required for that. So that's why I decided I'd just kind of let you know that you have to make your own decisions, but that's how I trade. So these D's 15 calls bought for 15 cents up to 30 cents. That is $15 to $30, as every option is for 100 shares of stock. There was no open interest prior to this. That is a graph of Twink as it moved up from after that September sell-off, which was basically falling from about the $13 level to the $12 level. It's been going right back up, and it overtook 13 again on this move, and it was trading 13.26, as you can see, down just 4 cents on the session. Bang! If you'd like to learn more about how to spread, how to trade stocks, options, futures, cryptocurrencies, we have all 4 of those offered at marketrebellion.com/get started. You can read all about it. marketrebellion.com/get started, my friends. We can help you get to where you want to be in terms of trading cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, or trading futures like crude oil, like gold, silver, or if you want to learn more about stock investing and using technicals and so forth, if you'd like to learn more about derivatives trading like options, come on over, marketrebellion.com/get started. All right, how about this one? Giving you a little update on how we do what we do. So there is JD, which we had, as you see, and as you probably remember me mentioning on the halftime report a week ago, JD was 77.64 at the time. Somebody bought 13,000 of those December 80 calls, paid $5.50 to $5.75. Interesting. You see the date on there by the arrow. That was the 8th of October. And there's what the stock did, moving from that 77.64 level, the green arrow on the left, all the way up to $85. It was a nice windfall for us, folks. And guess what? They just reloaded. How do I know? Stepped up again and bought those 80 calls. They bought 23,000 this time. That's 2.3 million share equivalent. I like following people that have been right. I like that this particular trader jumped right back in when the stock pulled back under 80 and bought these calls again to make some more money. So 23,000 of those 80 calls, $6 to $6.65, which means $600 to $665 for each option. So those aren't cheap. You can find different ways to trade, but for instance, you could buy those 80s and sell a higher strike. Take your cost down by doing that. I can't give you that advice, but I can tell you that's what I do. So in this case, 2.3 million share equivalent. There it is with the stock at 79.39. I think represents a pretty nice spot for us to get in. Bang. Guess what? It's time for the third of our 3 at 3. So let's do it. Gold, Barrick Gold in particular. GOLD is the symbol. That's GOLD like gold. And they were buying end of the year, December 31 calls. They were bought in 3 very large prints of, several thousand options apiece. And they paid 90 to 93 cents. Which is $90 to $93, which means, folks, that as they bought these, they're buying options that to control 1,000 shares, that'd be a 10 lot, because every option's for 100 shares, so 10 times 100 is 1,000. So to have 1,000 share position, you'd need to trade 10 of these, which would be about $900. If you're somebody like me who trades 100 of them at a time, that's $9,000. In any case, a lot cheaper than spending, for instance, $27,000 to buy 1,000 shares of a $27 stock, be $27,000. You control that same 1,000 shares by spending $900. That's the way I like to play it. Looking at the gold chart, there it is, from that March low where it was basically GOLD right down there. This is gold itself. That's the precious metal itself. When it was, how would you like to have purchased it right around 1455, which was, I think, the low in March and April. And then it exploded up through 2000. Somebody's looking for another move like that again. And that's why I like the trade. Hey, folks, you want to learn more about how we find unusual option activity, UOA? Well, just go to marketrebellion.com/UOA for unusual option activity. Because for our unusual option activity elite clients, we offer over 20 trades a day for UOA, unusual option activity. If you would like to avail yourself of that, go to marketrebellion.com/UOA. We also have one version that is just one trade a day. We've got another version that is one trade per week. Then Pete's also got some of his properties that are like cash flow portfolio, where he finds unusual option activity, pairs it with a stock that has a nice dividend and is shrinking share count, meaning they're buying back shares, which pushes that yield up. We like that. We like selling options in there. That's what's known as a covered right. You can learn about it, marketrebellion.com/get started. Thank you for joining me, folks. I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on Market Rebellion Television.